Okay, I just actually want to start down here, if that's okay. Let's start with these. Okay, Ten of Swords applies to both of you. I think you were really trying with them, and I think they were really trying with something else. Probably a work thing. Maybe they were working for some kind of promotion, trying to start some kind of a business or whatever. And whatever happened, happened. January was huge. A lot of stuff went down, a lot of purging, a lot of ending, yada, yada, yada. You know the story. You were there. And it's killing them inside. I feel deep emotions from them, especially with the King of Pentacles. But this person is like a vault. They are, without a doubt, on lockdown. That's why this Emperor quality is coming out. What did I say? You're both like that, though. You're like that with them because I think something, you've already invested in them and it didn't work out, or you've already invested in this project, or you already got excited about it at one point, and clearly they weren't really on that same page. I think this is a story of bad timing. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, just kind of a bad timing. We'll talk about this stuff in a minute. And so now there's a period of like grasping on their part. I do feel that they are grasping. And I feel like they feel worthless, but as they're showing you these knights, they're putting forward this face. And see, that's the thing with this person coming out with a king and a king here. And even an emperor card too. Like, I feel like this whole time you saw them as a king, but they only ever saw themselves as a knight. And I believe that you may have loved the potential of what they could have achieved. And I'm also wondering if in some way, shape, or form, you're not questioning their own role in the Ten of Swords. Maybe it was a self-sabotage thing. You know, a good person still. I just think they're a little bit unexamined. They just don't quite exactly know what's really going on. They don't really have a very good handle on like their psychology. I mean, they're very intelligent people, but it's almost as though they're choosing to live this because it's easier. And that's fine. I mean, who cares? Like, they can do what they want. It's just, you know, if they come to you all sad or whatever, there's really nothing for them to be sad about because maybe they did it to themselves. And I think with all the wisdom that you've acquired over the past year, Libra, like I said, all the up and down, up the mountain, off the mountain, I genuinely believe that you see straight through it. And it's so clear to you now. So this Tower very much represents a shift in how you handle everything. Because this person clearly has been in your life. It could be someone new, someone that's kind of maybe playing a little bit of game. But see, like, look, your back is turned both times. Right? Do you see that? Like, here they are, here they are, here they are. Always your back turned to them. Always your back turned. So you're not like, you're not having it. But you're also not completely, like I said, cashing out and walking away from the table either. There's a quality of absolute neutrality with the whole thing. And I'm wondering if this is in a way you playing a game with the universe a little bit, with this Hanged Man. And you're saying, universe, I am not. This is a very classic Libra thing, and I almost never pull out this stereotype, but this is the classic story of indecisiveness. but not in like hemming and hawing about a decision that you need to make, but it's like rather abdicating the responsibility and giving it back up to life itself and saying, life, sun, consciousness, higher power, whatever, sun, I don't know what you want from this. I don't know why this person's coming back. I don't know, but I'll go with whatever happens. If they disappear again, which likely this person is kind of in and out with the mutable energies coming in and out, kind of transient in your life. If they leave, fine. No hard feelings. If they stay and they have something relevant to say, fine, I'll listen. But Libra, it is from an extraordinarily mature position that you're doing this. And I think the reason, as he has this ring of light, right, the representing consciousness and enlightenment, and then we have the sun itself, I think there's a part of you that says or knows that this is a part of a bigger story, and it has always been a bigger story that you just don't quite see yet. And yet at this particular point in time, you are very much willing to let this be just one single stepping stone or one single breadcrumb in this long trail. So if it pans out and something happens, no judgment. If nothing happens, no judgment. There is such a level of detachment that I don't normally see from Libra here. Because I always say Libra is very watery. Actually, it's like I say the evaporated water sign. You have intensity, you have deep running emotions, especially if you're a female, and you care very, very deeply about people. So this is very new for a lot of you. To be in this power is very new. Not all of you. Some of you have been, you're here, but for a lot of you, it's very new. And it is a new level of awareness that maybe you didn't even know was a thing. And it's funny how kind of you're getting, you see, the one knight that didn't come out was the Knight of Coins, and that knight is standing still. But all these other knights, they're either running or prancing or walking. There's definitely some kind of like I said, a transient quality to all of this. I know you see them. That's the danger when you see someone's potential. Maybe you invested in the potential in the past. They clearly did not see it. See, 5 of Coins suggests perhaps, what am I going to say? Perhaps it's, oh my God, I hate to say this. I really, really do. Perhaps where they left you is where the universe is going to leave them. Is this like a payback thing? Not on your part, but it's just kind of like, well, you get what you give. Is that what's happening? You get what you give. 5 of Coins is what you got. So now in some way, karma, again, this is the governor of the laws of the universe. So it's not to say that if you ghost someone, someone else will ghost you. It's not exactly a perfect, we don't really see the intelligence of the whole thing. But I do see still, nonetheless, the 5 of Coins. Perhaps on some level, again, this 3 of Swords is still here. Sorry, let me move this. The 3 of Swords is still here. And maybe there is still some fear that if you invest in this person, then, or if you answer their phone calls, or if you entertain that cup of coffee with them, that you'll end up right where they left you last time, which is kind of in a place of being rejected or being isolated or being, the typical saying here or the typical phrase here is being left out in the cold, right? So maybe there is still some fear because maybe there's still something lingering a little bit, which is why you're exhibiting, actually more of this one, right? You're exhibiting a great deal of caution and why your heart is available to an extent, but only to a certain degree of depth. And in a way, someone is really going to need to prove. They're going to need a King of Wands themselves before you're going to really open this armor here. This is the signature of someone who is planning on remaining unaffected. Someone who is not about to give up their authentic power, which we see here with the sun connected with the solar plexus chakra, right? Which is where the authentic power leaves the body, actually. This is you containing that power 100%, and the Hierophant and Justice come through. Look, I'm seeing with these two cards, with the Three of Swords through the heart, specifically in the heart on the shoulder, that there is an emotion connected here. There is an emotional component. Maybe it's really romantic love for most of you, all right? So if that is the case, it's almost as though there's not a chance in hell that you're going to settle for anything less than the best. Which is why it's very cold shoulder, why it's very neutral. Because in a way, you say, I know you're a king. I know you're a king back there. You're operating like a knight, and you've always operated like a knight. I'm not going to continue to play this game. I'll hear what you have to say because you do mean something to me. But on some level, this story has kind of already been written. And because of my newfound faith in the universe and my newfound faith in the way that life unfolds, I'm not going to make any judgments about this. And I'm not going to make any judgments about you, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. I'm not going to make any judgments here. It is what it is. And because, sorry, the reason why I'm saying all that, I'm not just saying it. There is a humility quality as well. Because I think this person humbled you at one point. And I'm wondering if there's still a little bit of sourness, a little bit. I don't think that it's fully in the past. Otherwise, they wouldn't be showing up here, you know. If this is someone like new, because knights often come out as someone new, you know, just proceed with caution. Let it be what it needs to be. I suspect you're not about to really make any kind of substantial offer. And I also think that you do not expect a substantial offer from them. I don't think you should. You shouldn't expect anything, really. Do not base anything on their potential. You are headed for really beautiful things. Like I said in the beginning, did I say this? I don't remember if I said it, but in my mind I said it. This is like a rose, right? And it has begun to wilt. But when one rose wilts, several more come in its place. And it's the cycle of life, and I believe that's what the Wheel of Fortune, I believe that's what the world is over here trying to tell you. That no matter what happens here, there is something right around the corner for you. It's just a matter of, again, the faith. Faith is such a thing. Faith is such a thing because too often we cling to our fear and then the fears come to fruition and all of that. But the minute that we begin to let life, and see there's two cards actually, this is also a card of the sun, the wheel representing the wheel of the zodiac, and the sun travels through the zodiac. It represents time, and as time unfolds, slowly but surely, little tiny miracles appear along the way. This is life trying to give you the fullest of its abundance. And I genuinely believe that Libra is like, I would rather have the abundance of life than bang my head against the wall trying to get this knight to see himself as a king, because that's not my job. Their consciousness development is on a different pace than mine, and that's fine. And I think that there is, like I said, it's just like absolute acceptance of where they're at, absolute acceptance of where you're at. There's no judgment. There's no like projection of anything. It just is. Libra, you really have stepped it up. I don't know. Please give yourself some credit for like this newfound like guru that we're finding in you, because clearly you are at that capacity, the capacity of a guru. And there's a lot to be said about that. Because when you tap into that guru, Buddha-like light inside of you, or even the emptiness inside of you, that is when you are liberated. This person has no hold on you anymore the way that they did. They have no effect on you. This type of person, if this is a new person, or if there's 3 people coming in, like these types of people do not have an effect on you anymore. It's going to take a lot for a partner, romantic, business, whatever, to impress Libra now. Libra's standards are really high because of how much they've invested in themselves and because of how whole they have become. This whole situation represents a shakeup, right? It represents a shakeup. Sorry, let me move these a little bit. In kind of the way that you were progressing, things were happening, things were going, and then boom, tower situation happens, either for them, right? Oh my God, who I thought I was isn't really who I am, existential crisis. I kind of think that they are coming at it from like existential crisis 101. You're way past 101. You're like in the master's program by now. Many of you working on your PhD, okay? So with the tower, you find stability. Again, looking away from the whole situation. I cannot deny, however, I don't remember which one this one came out with. Maybe it came out with that one. I don't remember. There's still a caring though. And I don't think that you just can't not care. And I feel that you bring to the table with you wisdom and a true compassion for where they're at. I think you love them, and I think you would do anything you can to help them, but with minimal investment. You help them with your value, not necessarily with your time. In a way, the ship has sailed. And Libra, the minute that you try to make anything happen or make anything come through, you're going to hit up against a roadblock. 7 of Wands coming through as well. You're going to hit up against a roadblock. This is truly a test of how capable you are of not trying to control the situation and really just being there for the sake of being there and not being there for the sake of getting anything out of it. When you start going into it like that, what can I bring to the table? How can I be a good friend? How can I be, what this person needs in their life right now? Because clearly there's something that you have of value to them. And if, I think you do care, so you will be there for them. But you're not gonna many of you, there's no sex. There's no dating. There's no late night phone calls. That stuff is not allowed. And there's no abuse of your time. You are 100% in the driver's seat here. Please accept your power. I think there's a quality of mutual respect going on here. Even though they're really just kind of clinging to the fact that I'm a knight, I'm just a prince, I'm just a prince. Like they're enjoying pretending to be this prince and really turning their back on the fact that they're really like this. They're really high level, I think, or capable of being very high level, like anybody is. But for whatever reason, there's a choice going on. Like they're deciding to stay here. And I think that in many ways, you're going to come to the table and only planting seeds. That's all it's going to be. Planting seeds so that something can grow. You represent some form of stability in this person's life. With 3 knights coming out and a hanged man, like there's definitely weirdness going on. They're in a period of stagnation. Maybe they're questioning, oh, what do I do with my life? Again, a Neptunian quality coming out, and they're like, Neptune always kind of screws with your sense of identity. So, maybe you have represented some kind of consistency in their life, and so they're clinging to what's familiar, right? But only planting seeds is all you can do, and you've done your job, and call it a day. Keep going on with your own life, because as far as I can see, your sense of balance, right? We got the World card, and to clarify, we got the Ace of Wands and the Two of Coins. While they're upside down, trying to juggle everything, you seem to be handling everything like a champion. And you are looking forward, very much looking forward to this Ace of Wands. New passion, new love, new drive, new, this really, if I'm going to be honest with you, what this card really represents is actually living. Libra is so known for being in their head. This is not an entirely foreign energy for Libra, especially the Pluto in Libra generation, Gen X. And Tarot is saying, live, Libra. This is not life. The moment is life. And that is all you have. The rest is an illusion. Again, Neptune, the illusionary quality of Pisces. And I know with all the spiritual work that's been done that you absolutely understand what I mean. And now you are working toward incorporating this philosophy into your life consistently and without question and without falter. So the Ace of Wands really is the exclamation mark at the end of this sentence, which begets a new sentence, right? It's all about the Ace of Wands. There may be an opportunity for a new passion, a new love, especially with Mars coming into the 8th house. Sexuality is going to be very healing for you. And maybe on some level, some of you may wish to engage sexually with this person, especially if they're, like this. Yeah, it's probably going to be really fun. And as long as there's no emotional investment and there's no expectations, because right now this person cannot. They cannot deliver. They cannot give you anything. But if you can change through sex, right? Using sex as a vehicle or a spiritual practice, maybe this person might be perfect for you, because maybe you don't want to give anything to them as you're the emperor, and they don't have anything to give to you as they are also the emperor. So there's no expectations from either one. If you're okay with that, why not? If you're not, don't do it. All I can say. But passion is big. So maybe someone new. Okay? A lot of cards, a lot of big stuff. But I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you guys so much. I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.